Why you dey buy fake product, yeah? Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
It was a flurry of special assignments undertaken by the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Osita Bolma Esquire. From the South-South, Southeast and Southwest, the SON's Chief Executive met with various stakeholders in critical sector of the economy. As the nation's Chief Standard Officer, his mission was simple and straightforward: to promote quality assurance and standardization in Nigeria. Abolma charges members of staff of the agency of the Rivers and Bayelsa offices to be good ambassadors of the SON, as he solicits the support of stakeholders at the Onne ports to check the influx of substandard products into Nigeria, and frowns at false declaration by importers and importation of unbranded and substandard products into Nigeria. Welcome to another interesting edition of the program, our program Standard and You. This is Africa's most authoritative platform where you get to know more about product safety and quality on television. Our transmission time remains 6:30 in the evening on this station every Monday. Do not forget, it's an initiative of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. I bring you greetings from the Director General, Management and Dynamic Staff of the SON. I am Ifoma Okonkwo, and as always, my pleasure bringing the program to you. Please stay tuned. I'll be back shortly.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigerian SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards aimed at improving the exports of the nation's food and cash crops. This explains why we have developed more standards for Nigeria's produce like sesame, cocoa, garri, and more, courtesy our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turnaround time for SunCap and ManCap to reduce substandard products and legal arm to prosecute offenders. Join the Standards Organization of Nigeria in ridding our nation of substandard goods due to consistent market surveillance and raids. See something, say something. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
Welcome back and thanks for watching. Severe sanctions await unscrupulous importers of substandard products into Nigeria. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Osita Bolma, made this declaration when he met with some members of the electrical dealers in Lagos. My colleague Alimoto Sifo has details of that interactive section with the SON Chief Executive.
This interactive forum between some members of Alaba International Markets in Lagos and officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, led by the Director General Osita Boloma Esquire, is part of a strategic and conscious measures by the SON to check the production, distribution and importation of substandard products into the country. For the Chief Executive of the SON, such meeting with stakeholders provides the regulatory agency the opportunity to understand and appreciate the markets, examine challenges faced by operators with special focus on how to achieve consumer satisfaction. While acknowledging that Alaba International Market is a major outlet for the sale of variety goods, the SON's boss made it categorically clear that the agency, in its renewed vigor, will not only prosecute anyone caught importing or distributing substandard products in Nigeria, but confiscate and destroy such products.
The electrical items that you deal in, Nigerians and the Standard Organization of Nigeria in particular, consider them to be life-threatening. When I mean life-threatening, it means that it's hazardous. So as part of our mandate, it's important that we have zero tolerance for the influx of substandard electronics item into Nigeria. And your place is strategic entry point of these materials into Nigeria. So we must work together as Nigerians first, then as regulators and stakeholders to make sure we reduce the unwholesome practice that most of you embark on in this sector.
Aboloma warned those in the habit of importing unbranded products and false declaration to stop the criminal act and develop their own brands in line with the provisions of the Nigerian Industrial Standards.
We cannot be bringing in unbranded products, waiting to take advantage of successful products and pass it on as. That is forgery. It's immoral. It infringes quality, is criminality in itself, and it infringes trademark. I will encourage you to develop your own brand. We will be with you to guide you through the processes of quality assurance and conformity assessment to our standards.
The SON, he emphasized, has in the last 6 weeks engaged in the upgrade of its operational facilities and development of its human capital, all aimed at supporting local producers and importers of goods to ensure the quality of goods made in Nigeria. The DG charged the marketers to take the issue of quality seriously by adhering to standards, adding that the SON will continue to work with only genuine and patriotic businessmen to develop brands that compete favorably with imported goods.
If you develop your own brand, you register it with us. You are identified as being a standard ambassador. People will have more confidence in your products. You will have traceability in your product. You'll be able to trace your products. So if somebody fakes one and it cannot be traced to you, nothing will happen to you. So let us sit together, because quality and standard, they keep evolving. We need continuous feedback from you people. We need you to be quality vanguards.
Obviously impressed by the DG's commitment to quality assurance and standardization, the leadership of the Alaba International Market assured the SON boss of members' resolve to ensure strict compliance to standards.
This is what we are telling our people, to develop their own brand. It's their own good than faking another person's product. Anybody that faking another person's product have no future in the market. You can make the money today, but what of tomorrow? So we must do everything possible to make sure that we eradicate fake product in the market.
The Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Osita Bolma Esquire, has challenged members of staff of the organization to the task of promoting standardization in line with the provision of the law for the benefit of all and sundry. Aboloma gave this charge when he met some officials of the agency in Rivers, Imo, and Anambra states. Standard and New has details.
Since he assumed office as Director General of the SON, Osita Aboloma Esquire has demonstrated commitment to staff welfare and motivation, all in a bid to develop a productive, efficient, and effective workforce. Apart from organizing specialized training and seminars for staff of the agency for improved competence and capacity, the DG more often engages workers in cordial interactive forum to fill their pulse and examine challenges and prospects on the job with a view to boosting staff morale, tackle inherent challenges, and evolve measures to succeeding on the job. It was against this background that the SOM boss at this forum, comprising officials of the agency in Rivers and Bayelsa states, emphasized the need for workers to be committed to excellence in the discharge of their duties.
Training is like target. It's continuous. We need continual improvement. But for us to move, we must first of all orientate ourselves and know that anywhere we are is temporary. Easiest way to move is to attract attention, not negative attention, positive attention. Be innovative. In SON, we don't reward bad behavior. We reward good behavior and initiative. Our motto for the past 2 years has been, let us be open-minded and open for change. We need continual interaction for easy feedback and continual improvement.
As workers of a responsive and strategic agency like the SON, the DG reminded them of the need to be ahead of players in the various sectors. As standard officers, he urged them to remain quality conscious and good ambassadors of the organization. Aboloma later inspected the level of work at the agency's new office under construction, where he was commended by the paramount ruler of the community for establishing a new SON office in the community.
On behalf of the community, we want to say thank you for the federal government, most especially the SON. It is a very nice project, and the project already has been development in my community. Actually, this place was dark, but since the date of this project, the open place open, and the community were happy because it will create job opportunities, create a lot of things within our environment, and Baraida community, we are very, very happy for SON.
Aboloma visited the Onne Seaport in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, where he met with staff of the agency and other stakeholders, where he solicited their support in the agency's fight against fake and substandard products.
Before now, I was always under tension, under pressure from our members. Pressure in the sense that they were complaining of one thing or the other. But right now, I'm a free man.
You're watching Standard and You on Africa's largest television network, the NTA. It was a milestone and recognition well deserved when Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Company bagged the SON's Mandatory Conformity Assessment Program certificate in Nnewi last week. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment described the certificate as a feat that places high premium on Innocent brand of vehicles. Standard and You was at the presentation of the MANCAP certificate by the SON at the factory of the company in Nnewi, Anambra State, Southeast Nigeria. Please take a look.
It's the first wholly indigenous vehicle manufacturing company established in 2007 to produce a truly made in Nigeria vehicle with 60% local content. IVM's manufacturing and assembling plant has an installed capacity of 10,000 units per annum and workforce of 1,500. The company, through the years, has demonstrated resilience, hard work, and excellence, which today has translated into the production of quality brands of vehicles endorsed by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Over the last 5 years, the company has gone through process of inspections and quality assurance, demonstrated compliance to relevant product standard of the Nigerian Industrial Standard. An elated SON's boss told guests that the MANCAP certificate confers on Innocent brand of vehicles global relevance and quality assurance that will attract customers' confidence.
The certificate, in addition to promoting consumers' confidence in the products, also guarantee that they can be sold all over Nigeria and across borders to countries which standards and conformity assessment procedure has been harmonized with that of Nigeria. Today's event is to recognize industry, doggedness, and excellence in local entrepreneurship by the award of some MANCAP certification mark to Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Company Nigeria Limited. With this award, Innocent Vehicle brand can now proudly display the MANCAP certification mark as evidence that it has undergone evaluation and testing to verify that it will perform as indicated and conform to Nigerian industrial standards.
Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, who was represented at the event, commended the management of the company for promoting excellence and creating wealth for the nation, adding that by the MANCAP certificate, the public is assured of improved quality services, safety and efficiency of the Innocent vehicles.
This ceremony marked an important milestone for Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Limited, as the company enters the league of big automobile industry among its peers in Africa and by extension globally. The journey so far we in the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment know it's been challenging. The company's notable hard work has paid off as demonstrated by the presentation of MANCAP. Automobile industry prospect in Nigeria since 1960 has been difficult considering the huge capital and technology involvement and frequent change in technology and innovations around the sector. I indeed salute the courage of Chief Dr. Innocent Ifediaso Chukwuma, OFR, the founder of Innocent Vehicle Manufacturer, who has found it necessary to invest and continue to point of recognition for a MANCAP certification.
Other guests at the event described the Innocent brand as a unique national pride, urging owners of the company to continue to improve on its quality.
Make Nigeria dominate the world in technology. So they need to give us support. The Nigerian Automotive Council need to mobilize government to invest in this business, because anything is possible under IVM Manufacturing Company Limited.
It's not mean achievement. It's not mean achievement both on the part of the Standards Organization of Nigeria and on the part of Innocent Manufacturing Company. Because what we are doing today is like saying we have checked this vehicle out, or these vehicles, or this brand of vehicles, and we are saying, go and use it. It is safe for you to use it.
For the managing director of the company, plans are on to make the brand the most sought after by Nigerians in the nation's automobile industry.
This type of certificates in Nigeria, it's not an easy thing. As God has done it for us, we, management of the company, we promise you that we will continue to do things to pass standard. As far as we are working, we make sure our standard remains what it is.
The Mandatory Conformity Assessment Program MANCAP scheme of the SON has been described as a veritable tool for the development of competencies that will guarantee the production of quality goods in Nigeria. Director General of the agency, Osita Bolma Esquire, said this at the SON's 12th MANCAP Management Approval Forum held in Ogba, Lagos. Standard and U was there.
MANCAP was introduced in 2006 to ensure that all goods produced locally meet the minimum Nigeria industrial standard. The idea is to ensure that they are not only fit for use locally, but can compete at the global markets. The scheme requires companies to go through a rigorous process to ensure the quality of goods. The focus of this quarterly meeting by management of the organization is to appraise the program and also grant approval to products and companies who have met the requirements of the minimum standards of the MANCAP processes. Chairman of the committee, who represented the SON Chief Executive, Barrister Umar Kau, described the initiative as one that has tremendous positive impact on companies and their production processes.
The ranking of SON on the ease of doing business has gone a notch higher, And one of the reasons why that improvement has come into play is the MANCAP certification and revalidation. The process has been eased and quickened. So I would say that with respect to locally manufactured products, we are getting prepared adequately. As the economy improves and as people recognize the need for certification, a lot more companies will come on board for certification.
Standard is the main tool that is being used at this meeting, and the fact that it is used to judge the products that are being presented to us today for consideration, either for certification to MANCAP or revalidation to the MANCAP program. So standards is very essential. Without standards, nothing will be discussed here because the products are being checked with the available standards to see whether they're actually complying.
In 2019, 891 companies and about 1,900 products were certified and revalidated, all in a bid to ensure that consumers get value for their money.
From time to time, we undergo inspection and then we review the inspection reports so that we can assure Nigerians that the products they are purchasing are good. So we're here today to give certification for products that have been inspected from the beginning of the year to today.
These products cut across food technology, electrical electronics, textile and leather, and chemical technology. The committee approved a total of 139 companies and 257 products for the MANCAP certificates.
Hello and nice to have you on the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. Quality is said to be the standard of a product or service as measured against others of similar kind. The desire of any manufacturer is to produce goods of acceptable quality to meet the aspirations of consumers. Every day, millions of goods are produced or imported into the country, thereby expanding consumer choice and increased penchant for quality goods. As these goods compete for patronage at the various markets, consumers' desire for quality goods is driven by the knowledge for such goods and purchasing power. When such good is affordable, it is considered cheap by most consumers, especially when he or she has to pay so little to get so much value. The question is, how cheap is a product that you have to replace within a short period of time? A typical example is the bulb, which our investigations have shown that a significant number of imported bulbs do not last more than 3 days after the date of purchase. For the producer and importer of goods, profits on the business is important. For the consumer, getting value for money is the ultimate. For us at the Standards Organization of Nigeria, standards must be enforced in the interest of all. What it means, therefore, is that the producer of a product must ensure quality. The consumer must purchase products at reasonable market price that will keep the manufacturer in business and also deserve value from such price. For the unscrupulous businessman who wants to make quick and cheap money and flood our markets with fake and substandard products, remember that the economy is ours and you are a part of us. Say no to substandard products. Buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. And that concludes this week's episode of the program Standard and You. Keep your messages coming in with your full name and location to the number 0705972445. Follow us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. You can watch previous episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's do this again, same time, same station next week. Bye for now.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.